Welcome back to Submission Script. I'm Josh. This is Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
We got a fight night coming up.
The 7th of this week.
7th of this week. That's tomorrow, man.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'm excited. Looks like it's Burns versus Brady. And it's a 5-fight main card. Is that right? 5
fights.
Okay, cool. Let's go over it real quick. Let's start at the bottom. We got Trevor Peek versus Yanal Ashmouz.
Trevor Peek's going to win this one.
Trevor Peek's going to win. Why do you say that?
Because he's a marauder. Simple as that. He's just going to run forward and get him.
Right. So what about Yanal Ashmouz? Is he not maraud?
Yeah, he's not a true marauder like Trevor Peek.
Right on. So they got Trevor Peek at -130 and Yanal Ashmouz at +110. Trevor Peek, he's all out there, man. Trevor don't care, man. Trevor's just going to come swinging. So Yanal Ashmouz, he's from Israel. He's got a good, strong kick game, and his ground game's average. But I think Trevor Peek's just going to bring it up.
He's just going to run towards him, throw the hammer fist, and he's just going to brawl him. He's just going to maraud. That's as simple as it's going to be.
What round do you think?
Second round. I had to be specific. Second round.
Yeah. Let's call second round for Trevor Peek. Let's go ahead and just move because I think Trevor Peek's pretty much a lock.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like that? Okay, me too. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. The bantamweight belt between Matt Schnell and Cody Durden, right?
Yeah, this was supposed to be a Costa versus Schnell, but Costa pulled out, and now Durden's fighting on short notice.
Was it always supposed to be bantamweight? Because these guys are lightweight, aren't they?
No, they're
flyweight. Flyweight. My bad. Yeah. So was originally going to be a flyweight fight?
Yeah, I think it was originally supposed to be a flyweight fight between Costa and Schnell, but they switched it over for Durden.
So is that good for Schnell or is that bad? Do you think who would have been better for Schnell, for Durden or Costa?
Probably. Costa would have been way worse for him.
Okay. So you don't feel that inspired by Durden, but let's see, he's a -535 though.
Yeah, that's because Matt Schnell, he's just been getting knocked out a lot recently. One good one might put him out, but I do think that Schnell is going to do better than what people think he's going to do.
So the guys have pretty much dead even stats. I mean, the height is like literally almost the same height. And I think the arm reach is only off by like half an inch or something like that. And I think there was it 16 and I want to say like 16 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah, 16 and 8 sounds right.
Yeah. And 16 and 6 for Durden. So they're pretty well matched, but I mean, even though the numbers are about the same, you think Durden's got a pretty heavy advantage? I mean, obviously.
No, they're both pretty much the same skill level.
Right.
So yeah, this fight can go either way, but now that I've thought about it some more, Durden does have the higher possibility to knock out Matt Schnell, so he's probably the better pick.
I do think that Durden's like slightly faster and more aggressive than Schnell.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right on that?
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think? Decision on Schnell and Durden? What do you think? Submission, TKO?
I'll do it. I'll go a decision for Durden. I think he's going to get a couple knockdowns, but I think Matt Schnell would be able to survive.
I'm going to go with Durden I'm going to go Durden's decision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I do think that if they get locked up on the ground, I think Durden's going to come out on top. But for the safe bet, I'll go ahead and just say Durden for decision. All right, moving on. Steve Garcia versus Kyle Nelson.
This fight was originally supposed to be Cater versus Nelson.
Right.
And we got Garcia stepping on short notice.
What do you think Cater would have been a
lot tougher.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Nelson is he's decent, but I wouldn't say like he's quite there yet for like elite decent.
Yeah, he's not
that's just how they
top
come out.
15. Yeah, I do think Calvin Cater would have won pretty easily here.
So Steve Garcia, it looks like they're not even ranked. I could have swore that.
Yeah, neither of them are ranked.
I could have swore Garcia was ranked, but I guess it's not. So record 16-5-0 for Garcia, 16-5-1 for Nelson, and pretty close again on the stats. Pretty much dead even on the stats. How do you call this one?
Nelson by decision. I think he's going to be able to just out technique Garcia and win a decision, maybe mix in a little bit of groundwork.
I don't know, man, but these guys are pretty good strikers. And then Nelson does have a little bit of ground game as well. Garcia's a better striker. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just gonna have to go with Garcia for the knockout. We'll just put it in round 3, just to be safe. I do think that he's going to get him a finish before the end of the night.
Yeah.
Then let's go with Andrade versus Silva. How you feel about this one?
I think Silva, she's on a pretty good win streak right now. She'll probably get a decision.
So you got pretty much like an 80% likely chance of being correct. Any kind of women's fights, I think like 80% of them end in decision, just because they don't have like knockout power, unless they're like submission artists. There are some knockouts, but a whole bunch of them go to decision. So I call that the safe bet, bro.
You also called what's probably going to happen.
Yeah, you're right. I guess 80%. 80% is 80%, right?
I guess no, man, you gotta claim that they're gonna hit a flying go-go plata, huh?
Yeah. Well, no, not that. Now, speaking of which, though, Andrade against so who'd she do it against?
The standing arm triangle.
Yeah, against Amanda Lemos. So it's not out of her wheelhouse, I guess. So interesting fact that the bookies have her getting a win by submission at like a plus 2,000.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I were you guys, if you got an extra $10-$20 laying around, why not? Like, you're not going to miss 10 or $20 if she doesn't get the submission. But you win what, like $400 or so if you get it. So just saying. So Andrade is definitely the more experienced fighter here. 26-12-0 and 17-5 for Silva. What do you know about their fighting styles in general?
I know Jessica Andrade, she's kind of like a female Cheeto Vera. She's able to just throw up some flash finishes out of nowhere, which is pretty cool, honestly. I think Silva, she's more of a kickboxing striker.
But Andrade is like a tank. Mm-hmm. She can take a couple of hits and still keep pressing on. They're both out of Brazil. 5-1 for Andrade, 5-4 out of Silva, which is interesting. You don't realize Andrade, she used to be champ, did she?
Yeah, she knocked out Rose.
Right. So she used to be champ, and I don't know, for me, she has like this big stigma as far as like, she just seems like she kind of feels like a champ when you look at her. I know, obviously, Wei Li's like.
Yeah, Wei Li became champ after beating her.
Right.
Yeah.
But all that to say that like 5-1, she's short, man. She can still like tear people up, but she's only 5-1. 133 pounds weigh in for Andrade and 125 for Silva. And then there's a slight advanced reach advantage for Silva, and the leg reach is about the same. And we'll just quickly go into their win buys and their significant strikes. So it's like it's more likely for Silva to pull a sub. She's 41%. Mm-hmm. That's our highest win by is sub. And then 38% for, she's pretty much all the way around on Andrade. She looks like she gets pretty much all different kinds. And then let's go to significant strikes. So that's interesting right here. 6.62 significant strikes.
Yeah. Andrade is probably the female marauder.
Yeah, female marauder.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's got some pretty good defense too. I mean, she's not bad. I think, what is her? So she's got 5.37 absorb. But I think Andrade's issue is that because she's so short, she has to plow her way into the pocket and just kind of take hits. And that was an issue with a lot of the taller fighters that she faced. But Silva's not really that big
much taller.
Much taller. But Silva's faster though. So anyway, let's go ahead and go to
the main event.
We're going to go Gilbert Burns
versus Sean Brady.
Welterweight. Gilbert Burns is number 6.
Yeah, he just got out of the top 5.
Okay. So who was his most recent loss?
Jack Della Maddalena.
Okay. And then number 8 for Sean Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go over the numbers real quick before we get into the predictions. Record 22-7-0 for Gilbert Burns, and then 16-1-0 for Sean Brady. And I feel like Sean Brady's only loss was...
Yeah, his only loss was Bilal.
Yeah, the champ. So, I mean, you really can't, hit him too much for that. It was a different Bilal back then.
Yeah, he did get TKO'd by Bilal, which wasn't a good look, especially back then.
Right. And for the record, both Gilbert Burns and Sean Brady both have been beaten by Bilal. So
Mhm.
if you just take that record by itself, then Brady might be better.
I mean,
What do you think?
not
Alright.
not that alone, because Burns didn't get finished by Bilal.
Yeah, and another thing like we were talking about is that Burns also has fought like stronger fighters too, like
Yeah,
higher up fighters, top five guys.
yeah, he's fought former champs. He fought Chimaev. His losses, he's getting more losses in his career now, but he's only still losing to top 5 guys only.
And has Brady been in any 5 round fights?
I don't think he's been in a 5-round fight yet.
Okay, but Burns has been in a couple, hasn't he?
Yeah. I think Bilal might have been a 5-round co-main event, and I know he fought Usman, but that one didn't go to 5 rounds.
And then pretty much everything is almost exactly the same as far as the stats goes on body build. Which looking at Burns, you wouldn't suspect that. They don't look like the exact kind of body build, but I guess they are. And then let's go to their win by. Looks like so Brady's got quite a few decision wins.
Yeah.
Only 18%, I'll assume 19% TKO. So that could be an issue for him. And then 41% sub from Burns, and then 32% decision, 27% TKO. So the finish rate is definitely a lot higher on Burns.
Yeah.
But the dude's he's a little bit swole, man.
Yeah, I remember he used to fight at lightweight.
Oh, okay. So now he's really got he's probably got some muscles packed in there somewhere. All right. So average fight time about the same, and then knockdown average pretty close to the same. Let's go ahead and hop over to significant strikes. Significant strikes landed per minute is about the same, 3.29, 3.77. And then the accuracy is pretty close to the same, about 50%. And then, so, yeah, I mean, even all those numbers are relatively close. So now here's something to look at. The takedown defense from Brady's pretty strong at 87%. It's only 50% from Burns. So if Brady does shoot for a takedown, honestly, I just think the Burns is going to be too big for him. But
yeah, Burns does look like he has the. Brady looks like he does have the size advantage over Burns.
Yeah, and then let's take a look at the odds real quick. So they do have Brady at a minus 180, and then Burns at a plus 150. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree with Brady being the favorite to win.
Let's see if there's any big numbers here. Win by submission from Brady is a plus 1,000. So again, if you got a free $10 or a free $100 that you don't mind throwing away, then that's not a bad little bet there, because he's got a high submission rate.
They're both really good grapplers. Burns, he was able to silver medal at ADCC.
Okay, well that's why then.
Brady, he was able to beat Craig Jones in a grappling match. I think their grappling is just pretty even, so it's going to kind of cancel out there.
Okay, let's do the official submission script prediction. All right, what's going to go down for the main event?
Burns by very close decision, probably split decision.
I feel like that is probably accurate, but I'm kind of wiggling into maybe saying like a submission win.
For who?
Probably, man, I don't want to say Burns, but I'm kind of leaning towards Burns. Talk me out of it, man. Talk me out of doing a submission script for Burns.
I think his only submission in the UFC was Neil Magny.
Neil Magny?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Thanks. I appreciate that. So, not Burns. Let's go. Script. All right, we're just going to go with, what did you say?
Brady by split decision.
Brady by split decision. Okay. Let's do it. Brady by split decision. All right, cool, man. Well, are we going to do a live stream for this weekend?
I think we'll be able to.
Yeah. All right. Let's do a live stream, and then we got some more recent videos up now, so guys, check those videos out. And then we got 3-0 something or other coming up pretty soon. Some Riyadh Noche thing I've never heard of. Just kidding. 306 with God damn it, dude. With
O'Malley versus Merab.
306 with Merab versus O'Malley is coming up pretty soon, so we're gonna be checking that out as well. All right, and we'll see you guys next time, and